Barbados Prime Minister Maya Mottley has made a history by becoming the first Barbados sitting Prime Minister to set foot in Kenya and the region. Mottley was received in an elaborate ceremony, complete with a 19-gun salute, before she held talks with her host, President Uhuru Kenyatta.
And I believe that this historic visit is just another verification and illustration of the very strong resolve by her and her government to not only solidify and deepen relations between Kenya and Barbados, but also with the East African region and Africa as a whole.
It is here that the two governments signed agreements to boost trade and seek avoidance of double taxation in a bid to spur more investments in private sectors.
We have also discussed and agreed on mechanisms for boosting commerce and explored ways of overcoming the challenge of connectivity, which remains a huge trade barrier between us and which needs to be addressed.
Yesterday we had the good fortune of being hosted by the Governor of the Central Bank and the indigenous banks of Kenya and some of the fintech companies, and we will host your indigenous banks within 6 weeks in Barbados to begin to explore the opportunities of them investing into our part of the world. Barbados has lead responsibility for the CARICOM single market and single economy.
The two leaders would announce intents to play a key role in linking Africa and the Caribbean world.
As a result of your trip to Bridgetown and our meeting with the chairman of CARICOM and the Secretary General of CARICOM, that we proposed to be able to host the first CARICOM Africa Summit, and you have graciously accepted that that should be in Nairobi here in June, on the eve of the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, which will take place in Kigali.
The Barbados Prime Minister noting, for instance, that her country is eager to have Kenya Airways fly to Barbados and onwards to North America as part of efforts to link the two regions.
If we can solidify the transport links by building the air and sea bridges, then I believe we will be unlocking the potential of our two regions.
Further to this, Kenya and Barbados signed an MOU on health cooperation that will allow Kenyan universities to enter into partnership with Barbados in training medical students.
One of the key things that are necessary in a rollout of this program that is key to us under the Big Four is to ensure that we have adequate and well-trained healthcare workers.
The deliberations were also centered on fields such as tourism, agriculture, ICT, maritime economy, education, culture and sports, as President Kenyatta assured Kenyans of the commitment of the two governments to bridge the gap that has existed for centuries. Prime Minister Mottley is expected to join Kenyans in marking the 56th independence celebrations on Jamhuri Day on Thursday as the chief guest. Kamche Menza for Channel 1 News.